Car come speeding round the corner on the wrong side of the road, and obviously shouldn't have been there, hit the curb, knocked me, left me, drove off, and a passing bus driver with his bus, he actually stopped the bus. I guess it was him that called the ambulance services, and they took me into hospital, and I had broken arm with pins in, broken leg with pins in, 2 broken collarbones, 8 broken ribs, fracture in my neck and a bleed on the brain, and a collapsed lung. Because I obviously panicked, and when I looked and I couldn't see anybody I knew beside me, because I'd been there a good few hours, like no husband, no nothing, no family, and I thought, oh my God, what on earth has happened? And I knew something serious, because I was restricted, because I had the neck brace, the arm brace, the leg brace, tubes, drips, morphine, one even in my toe, and so obviously I knew something serious. I couldn't talk, and they explained to me what has happened and what will be happening, and obviously it will be a long while on the shore as well. It was 4 months in the hospital, yeah.
So I was at work and I got the phone call, and I just couldn't believe what had happened. My sister phoned me and we went up to London to see Auntie Sharon, and we just couldn't believe what had happened to her. It was absolutely horrific, horrendous state she was in, and she was in intensive care, and we just sort of, cuddled each other and just said, she will get through it, we will get her through this, and it was horrendous. It was absolutely horrendous. They knew they needed to operate on her as quickly as possible, but they was just assessing her day by day, and then they decided they need to do the operations as soon as possible. We tried to speak to Sharon as much about what needed to be done, and to see if she could understand and absorb it. I think some of it she did, but I don't really know at that point. She needed 3 major operations. She needed one on a neck and a shoulder, and 1 serious one on a leg, but they had to do them all separately. They done the first operation. The operation went really well, but she put her in recovery, and it was touch and go whether she'd make it. So the family was called up, and thank God she did pull through. So she was back in intensive care, recovering from then, and then she went through the process of the other operations. And unfortunately, each time when she was back in recovery, they called us up because they never knew. They thought she'd never come through. I was aware of the MIB, so I knew that they had a compensation plan in place. So I remember visiting Auntie at the hospital, and I said to her, I'm going to get you as much help as I can. And she sort of gave me this sort of vacant look, enough to say, how can you? They didn't know who knocked me down. And then really quickly they come back to me and they said, yeah, this is something that they can help us with. And we just went from there.
So once the braces started coming off one at a time, I knew, oh, okay, we're getting there now. And so when I come home, obviously I was bedbound for another 7 months. So I couldn't walk for 11 months. Couldn't get upstairs. I had to have everything in my living room. I know it's selfish. It might sound selfish. There's so many things I want to do, and I'm going to be stuck in this bed, And then I thought, no, I'm not. I'm going to get going, no matter how small or how long it takes. I'm going to get going. And so once the physio kicked in, slowly and steadily, which is the best way, and I started to see progress. When I came out of hospital, they gave me, but it was only for 6 sessions, it was physio 15 minutes every 3 weeks.
That was the NHS.
That was the NHS. Whereas MIB was 1 hour 3 times a week.
Everything was in place, the appointments was there, the travelling was all arranged, it was all there in place. We just had to turn up.
Even the cabs to take us
the
there
appointments.
come to my house, and they would come and pick Tracy and Kerry, my 2 nieces, come to my house, and then we would go up to Harley Street or go up
because
to...
Sharon couldn't get on public transport. There is no way, when you can't walk, when you've got them injuries, you can't get on a bus, you can't get on the underground. So the MIB had to provide us with a transport, and the safest way to travel for Sharon was to be in a taxi, and they paid for all of that.
1 hour 3 times a week for 2.5 years.
I've said to Sharon all along that physio was Sharon's lifeline.
Yeah.
Without that private physio, she would never be where she was today, and if it wasn't for the MIB, she wouldn't be sitting in there. Yeah. When it first happened, really dark, dull times for us all, and I honestly thought, my God, are we ever going to get her back? But slowly but surely she's come back to my aunt, you know, and I'm just so proud of her and so pleased what she's done, because it's been absolutely amazing to get her back.
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, it's been absolutely wonderful to get her back as she was.
Well, to be honest, I was thinking about it the other day. If I hadn't have had even just 1% of it, I would still be in a bed in my living room now.
And I believe that 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it happened, I really thought that
was
where's this going to leave her? Is she ever going to walk again? Is she ever going to be able to leave the house again? I just don't know. But once the MIB started, the process started to unfold.
We never looked back.
I kind of thought, do you know what? This is going to work, because with all the help that they're going to give her, everything they're going to provide for her, she will get back to where she is today. And I'm just so grateful for that. Yeah.